OnlyFans, the British success story that's gone global. The website's made millions from selling users photos and videos.
I'm only going to do OnlyFans for a year, save up as much money as possible.
But also faced controversy.
Tonight at 10, a BBC News investigation has found that the site has failed to prevent some underage users from selling...
I've been investigating illegal content on OnlyFans for much of the last year. Now the company's invited Newsnight inside its offices to ask its bosses tough questions.
They say some of the children are as young as 5, wearing pyjamas, but producing child abuse images. Are you doing enough to tackle this?
I do not want under 18s or minors on OnlyFans. I will not rest until that is 0.
OnlyFans was founded in 2016 by Essex businessman Tim Stokely, whose lifestyle matched the site's glamorous image.
Since then, the site's grown massively. OnlyFans recently announced that its 2 million creators made over £3 billion last year, while users of the site more than doubled.
I'm Katie Price, and guess what? I've now joined OnlyFans!
The site's best known for pornography and hosting photos and videos of celebrities. But last year, the BBC revealed that illegal content was present and tolerated on OnlyFans. We found that under 18s had used fake identification to set up accounts. A 14-year-old even used her grandmother's passport. But now the company says it's acted on the findings.
We listen. That's what matters, right?
Keely Blair is OnlyFans' Chief Strategy Officer.
How seriously did you take the BBC's reports last year? Because
Very.
What was it that struck you in particular?
People are unfortunately motivated when they are occasionally under 18 themselves to try and get on the OnlyFans platform. We did take action after last year. We've invested significantly in improving our age and identity verification tools.
We decided to investigate how well the site was doing. I tracked down a senior agent in US law enforcement who investigates child abuse images online.
Whatever their current methodology is, there are still cracks that it's slipping through.
They say that within an hour they were able to find 10 examples originating from OnlyFans which they believe to have been created within the last 6 months, being traded by paedophiles online. In one, a child wears pyjamas, while in another, a cartoon plays in the background. In some videos, children appear to be receiving direction through the camera, according to the agent, whose identity we've disguised.
That was about an hour's work, going to a group on a platform which focused on OnlyFans content. I then searched through those videos and stills for files that had some clues which would make me believe that person was a child. It was not hard whatsoever.
How clear was it that these were children appearing in the videos?
The youngest was around 5 years old, up to just entering puberty, maybe 12. There's obvious indicators of youth. There's the little kid-style bedrooms with toys and cartoons on in the background, youthful pajamas, pink walls with stickers.
A US law enforcement agent that we've spoken to says they're aware that children as young as 5 are being directed to produce child abuse images on OnlyFans. So you've still got a problem, haven't you?
The evidence that we have, it doesn't show that. We go above and beyond what many other social media platforms do in terms of content moderation. We review every single piece of content that appears on the OnlyFans platform, not just the videos and the images, but actually we review the text, we review any audio files.
OnlyFans says it's impossible for them to verify claims without evidence. But one US charity recently discovered that language banned by OnlyFans can also be found on its site, including DDLG, a term referencing young girls.
Well, let's talk about text now, because
Sure.
you mentioned that. You can find out, for example, DDLG, you can find thousands of those live on the OnlyFans domain. That's a problem, isn't it?
So we have a list of banned words. Those are terms which are not allowed to be posted onto the OnlyFans.
But those are still
platform
appearing
at
on
all.
the site.
We investigated that particular issue. Actually, we investigated it when another stakeholder raised it.
They're insistent that they checked that language, and
Yes.
it was on the OnlyFans website.
It was on the OnlyFans website. It was being ported from another website, and it was appearing on the OnlyFans platform. It wasn't being generated immediately on the OnlyFans platform. The fact is, we hold ourselves to a standard that's here. The rest of the industry holds themselves to a standard that's here, and that's not good enough. The industry needs to do better around online safety.
But you think you're doing better, yet
Yes.
agents are still finding these images?
the same agents would probably find images on other platforms.
Amrapali Gan was made chief executive of OnlyFans last year at just 36 years old.
We've run successive investigations about illegal content on OnlyFans. Why have you invited us in today to interview you?
As CEO, it's very important to me that we address any critic and ultimately show that we are leaders in online safety.
We've spoken to a US law enforcement agent. They say they found prepubescent children being directed to produce child abuse images on OnlyFans. How shocking is that to you?
I think that it's just absolutely atrocious. It does not have a place on OnlyFans because we know who everyone is. We actively work with law enforcement. If anyone makes the mistake thinking they can upload illegal content, we will report them.
They say some of the children are as young as 5, wearing pajamas, but producing child abuse images. Are you doing enough to tackle this?
I do not want under 18s or minors on OnlyFans. We are doing more than anyone else when it comes to content moderation, knowing who everyone is, and that's something I'm very proud of.
But more than anyone else in tackling content moderation, that's quite a claim. I mean, the owner of OnlyFans was paid more than £400 million over a year and a half, and you only have around 900 moderation staff. Can you really claim that you're doing more than any other social media site?
Ultimately, over 80% of our staff are dedicated to content moderation and support. That is an area we will always be investing into as we continue to grow.
British police have long been critical of the dangers posed by social media. Until recently, Simon Bailey was the UK's leading officer on child protection.
Profit has been put before online safety.
A year ago, he told us children were being exploited on OnlyFans. But since then, he's advised the site on safety and age verification.
How certain can we be, though, that children aren't accessing the site when so much of the content is behind the paywall? It's very difficult to scrutinise.
I think we need to bust a myth around behind the paywall, because everybody talks about you can't see what's going on. They absolutely can. They're monitoring everything through AI, through human moderation, making sure that abuses are not taking place.
But there is a difference between, say, Twitter, where actually the public can scrutinise the content on the website. Here we're trusting OnlyFans to regulate their own site.
Right, but then what's the driver? What would be the benefits of the company not regulating it?
Everything going over here?
Yeah, everything's good.
The government's long-delayed online safety bill proposes heavy fines for websites failing to protect children. But before any legislation passes, OnlyFans will largely be left to regulate itself.